Speaking of riots, artists are in revolt against Guy Hands, the new private equity owner of the legendary record label EMI. Hands bought the company in 2005, promising to bring efficiency and cost savings to the famously extravagant rock and roll industry. He has slashed spending and fired talent. Artists Paul McCartney, Rolling Stones, and Radiohead have all left the label. Radiohead proved the record industry wrong when their album went to #1 despite making it available for free on MP3 downloads first. Stacy, the omniscient, hit me.
Well, as we see here, CD sales have declined, and
was it the red line there?
yes,
Physical CD sales?
yes.
Look at that, it's crashing. That's an ugly chart, Marin.
No wonder Guy Hands is taking drastic action.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think? What do you think as an artist? What do you think of Guy Hands taking over EMI and the artists? Do you think they have a point of?
Well, I think that as an artist, obviously, you want someone to take a risk on new people, and I realise there are some acts that are languishing, not really going anywhere. But sometimes you do back the wrong horse, and it's a shame if we stop nurturing new people. I just need to know, when they hired bodyguards for him, who was that against? Was it? Because in my head I was imagining Radiohead fans wanting to get him, but they're more likely to self-harm than to harm him.
I think it was actually, I think it was actually the Rolling Stones, Paul McCartney, and Radiohead. He was afraid of.
Well, the actual, like, Paul McCartney. Am I getting this totally wrong?
the actual Paul.
Well, you know, bodyguards are standard issue these days, and bulletproof limos. Comes with the territory in private equity, but it goes against the whole rock and roll ethos. You want the rock stars to have the limos and the bodyguards, not the executives. Marin, is this business model going to be verklempt, or is it going to survive?
Well, the old-fashioned music business model is pretty much gone, simply because who buys CDs anymore? Nobody. And EMI was a business in a terrible mess. It's got something like 14,000 acts to it. And while clearly, you know, you want to nurture some people, you really want to nurture that many people? Who can do that? No one. So a lot of them have to go. And a lot of these protests and artist anger is probably just people, you know, trying to make a fuss before they're fired, which they're bound to be.
Yeah, but on the internet these days, not only is it great distribution, but the internet itself selects who they like, and they make the bands, and they cut out that whole creative executive portion of management in both the music industry and in the film industry. You know, film industry, we're going to look at DVD sales, the same chart a year from now, 2 years from now, physical DVD sales crashing. I just saw in the paper today, as a matter of fact, these record labels, apparently they're going to try to combat this by offering a new service. We're going to put 25 million tracks online for free. So the whole industry is following Radiohead model of free music online.
Yeah, which I think Guy Hands was quite impressed by the Radiohead business. And this site, if I've got it right, I mean, they still own the content, and they still own the channel by which the content is distributed. So you can put ads all around that. So that, you know, there are revenue sources out there. It's just a matter of finding them and, as they say, monetizing them.
Well, not only ads, but you can put other things around the music too, Stacy.
Well, if you look at the chart, you see that digital downloads, MP3 downloads, are increasing. So you want to find a way to get people to pay for that legally. And this might be a solution. The MP3 taser, the MP3-enabled taser. So policemen, who are famously law-abiding, they're carrying these MP3-enabled tasers.
So it's a taser gun with an MP3 player, like a combined item.
Yes.
Like a Palm Pilot that might also have a telephone or something like this. This is a taser that plays MP3s.
Yes, so you can listen to music while you have 50,000 volts going through the victim's body.
So if some cop, a donut-chomping cop, stops me for jaywalking and they taser me, I can listen to Barry Manilow singing Feelings.
Sure, whatever you want.
Or you know what I'd really like to hear is Cats. That musical Cats while I'm being tasered for some reason. What would you like to hear while you're being tasered by fat cops?
If they're fat, it would have to be...
Except in France. They're svelte in France.
They are.
I think it would have to be something like John Bon Jovi's Shot Through the Heart. And it's quite a nice thing as well, because they're hurting you, but they're doing it with spirit. That's quite nice. They're nourishing your soul as well as frying your innards.
How about Frank Zappa? That's a good one. Frank Zappa! What would you like to hear on your taser, Marin? While you're being tasered?
I'm going to stick to my normal policy of avoiding policemen.
A sound policy. But what do you have on your What do you have on your iPod, by the way? What do you like to listen to, Marin?
I haven't got one.
Okay, well, I've heard quite enough.
Sorry.
I think it's time to make a prediction. Stacey, what do you think? Time for a prediction?
I feel a prediction. My all-seeing computer feels a prediction.
Really?
It's time for a prediction.
All seeing.
All-seeing.
That's fantastic. It's time to go to the predictor time. Yes, this is the Oracle prediction. Guy Hands will end up losing money on his EMI takeover. Big loser for Guy Hands.